All right, this is Rama Screen with director Neil Johnson at the premiere of Rogue Warrior Robot Fighter. Yeah, how does it feel finally your labor of love coming to fruition?
It's been at least 2 years since I started this movie, and that's kind of scary, because I was supposed to finish the movie in about 6 months. 2 years. Maybe not the smartest decision business-wise, but I had to do it. I had no choice. It's you get these ideas in your head, and you want to polish and make it better and better, and that's what I have to do. It's the independent movie scene has changed so much. People don't want to see low-budget schlocky crap anymore. They want to see something of a standard. Because you can turn on the television right now, you can see Game of Thrones, and it's a great film. So it's a great series, but it's better than most movies.
Yes.
And the same with Walking Dead. It's better than most zombie films. So you got to understand, people are getting really particular about how they waste their time watching a movie. So I've just got to try to make the best film I can, so that people don't feel like, oh, gee, I wasted 2 hours of my life watching this. Rogue Warrior doesn't. I hope will deliver in a way that no other movie I've done before has done. So everyone's saying who's seen the film, it's definitely the best film I've ever done. And I've made, I think, 14 films, but at least I'm improving.
Yes.
With age. I'm like a good wine,
Now, was Tracy your first choice for the leading role?
Tracy was the only choice, and
Yes.
I wrote the script a while ago, but then I met Tracy and we worked together on another film, and I realized this is somebody I could really work with. Finally I met a good collaborator.
Yeah.
And so the film got, it evolved into something different, I guess you could say. And that's why I was so happy to have Tracy, because I knew she could do this, this, and this, and this. And then we were able to make it into something bigger and better. And we kept developing ideas. That's why it took 2 years.
That's fine.
Because we shot stuff, and then it's like, oh, I could do this, and I could do that. And then we met up with William Kircher from The Hobbit, and the TV show called The Castle of Adventure, which nobody knows about except me, but I was a fan of that. And we just realized, we can make something with the characters and make something exciting. So it's the film's, it's got a lot of action, but I mean, to me, it's a character story.
Now, I look at this though. There's a lot of special effects, visual effects coming into this, right? How challenging was that for you within the budget that you had to work with?
Oh, it's terribly challenging. Taking a leaf out of the, it's got to be practical these days. We try to make as much of the movie practical as possible. And, we have real explosions. We have real sets and real locations. There's very, 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 very little green screen in this film. Whereas my previous film was all green screen. So I've gone the complete opposite. And we're out in the desert blowing stuff up. And so this makes me happy. This is what I love the most is being on location, being in the environment, and being in the desert, and smelling the air, and being hot, being cold, and being sunburned, and then being blown by wind and stuff. We crashed a helicopter in this movie. We crashed 5 drones in this film. You know what I mean? So destroyed a couple of vehicles.
Wow.
But it's an adventure. This is when you make a film. For me, it's now about having an adventure. It's not about, you just stand in the studio and say your lines. It's just get out and do things and make life happen. So, and you see this in the film. You'll see there's Tracy gets scratched a couple of times or injured or whatever. They're real injuries. But we rolled with it because it's good for the character. It's good for the film.
Yes, so last question for those aspiring independent filmmakers out there that want to make something as epic as Rogue Warriors like this, trying to test the waters and how they're going to work it out within the budget that they're given. What is your advice to them?
Oh, see, this is the problem. People ask me to teach what I do to people. You can't teach what I do. I've been directing 27 years, full time. That's all I've done for 27 years. Thing is, there's a lot of knowledge in here, and you can't just say, this is what I do. You basically you learn by doing. Make a film, make it as good as you can, make another one, make another one, make another one, make another one. And eventually you'll get it right. And that's what I've learned with these sort of things is practice makes perfect. That's why with every film I do, it gets better and better.
Yeah.
Some filmmakers, they peak early. I'm one of these people in life as well. I just improve with age. Purely because I learn and grow and develop, and I try to stay fit and healthy. And this is one really important thing, is fitness. Now, it may be strange to say that, but it's about pacing yourself and keeping yourself physically fit so you can move fast and keep the energy going because you're exhausted at end of shooting. So you want to make sure that you've got enough energy to turn up to set every day and be on your A game. Because if you set the bar high, everyone else follows.
So there's no better learning than learning by experience, correct?
Exactly.
Congratulations on Rogue Warrior.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.